gente de YouTube, hoy estamos aquí a probar esta cosa de Minecraft, no sé qué es, no me digáis qué es, la verdad, lo he probado con vosotros, lo he querido probar con vosotros porque ya digo, pues ahora que me he encontrado esto, pues lo hago con mis amigos, ¿no? Lo hago con mi gente. Y pues aquí estamos jugando. Vamos a jugar ya. Literalmente. Vamos. Carga. Vale, ya vamos a entrar. Vale. Pues no sé muy bien cómo es, ¿vale? O sea, un día lo intenté jugar porque estaba aburrido en casa y digo, ay, no puedo. Nombre del mundo. Voy a desbloquear esto porque literalmente no me gusta nunca. Vale, pues fácil. Y vamos a entrar, ¿no? O sea, no puedo hacer nada más que entrar. Así que entramos. Vamos, carga. ¿Por qué no carga? Es que la cosa que no entiendo es porque, bueno, claro, tiene que cargar el mundo. Si no carga el mundo no podemos jugar. Pero igualmente es una... ¿Qué? ¿Por qué la línea esta que siempre es verde es azul? Bueno, no pasa nada. El idioma del fondo no es el sitio donde vamos a ir, ¿vale? Ni siquiera sé a dónde vamos a ir, que digo. Es un nuevo idioma, así que no pasa nada. A ver, entra, porfa, entra. Bueno, y aquí nos vamos a pasar 2 horas, ya veis. Vamos. Cargando recursos. Ah, ya está, cargando. Y vamos, A ver, ¿cómo es esta madera? No la puedo coger, muy bien. Vamos a tener que hacer lo que siempre he querido. A ver, supervivencia. Vale, no puedo hacer lo que se supone que quería hacer. No sé por qué. ¿Qué es eso? ¿Le puedo pegar? No le puedo pegar, gente, porque no le puedo pegar. Porque no tengo vida y no estoy en creativo. Bueno, no pasa nada. Vamos a ver. ¿Qué es esto?
Ah, glad to see you made it. Hope the trip wasn't too long.
No sé
My name
inglés.
is Flora,
No
and
sé
I'm the lead
inglés.
researcher here.
No sé
Welcome
inglés.
to the Mangrove Restoration Project,
Que no
part
sé
of the
inglés.
Build a Better World initiative. Though we just call it the project around here. Take a look around.
No sé
A place
inglés,
like this
tía.
should be teeming with mangroves,
Que no sé
but,
inglés.
well, it isn't anymore. People have been tearing down the trees for years, making room for boats, businesses, factories, you name it. Mangroves provide homes for all sorts of creatures, like places in their weaving
No sé
roots
inglés.
for fish to hide
Te he
and
dicho.
treetops for monkeys to swing from. Without the
¿Qué?
mangroves, though, those
¿Qué?
animals
¿Qué?
started to disappear from the area. To make it worse, without the mangroves, there aren't enough
¿A quién
plants to pull
hablas?
carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. CO2 contributes to climate change, and
Espera.
climate change makes it that much harder for mangroves to grow on their own.
No.
That's where we come in.
What? Vale, esto no está
Believe
tan...
it or not, mangroves pull far more carbon dioxide from the atmosphere than most trees on land. In a healthy
Vamos,
mangrove
ahora
forest,
quiero
the
escuchar
soil
que
could have up to
estás
4 times as much carbon stored in the sediment
mucho
beneath them
carbón
than you'd expect to
por
find
4
even
de
in a
carbón.
rainforest. Considering the monumental
Que
amount of
tampoco
good that
quiero leer, que me da
rainforests do for our
pereza.
environment,
Me da
that is a
pereza leer.
significant contribution on the mangroves' parts.
¿Qué?
See, all plants need carbon dioxide to grow, so they pull what they need from the
Crecer un
atmosphere and
árbol.
turn it into new branches and roots. However, whenever a tree
¿Pero qué?
dies or part of it, like the leaves, fall
Eso lo
off,
pasa en
the dead
Minecraft.
plant matter decomposes and the carbon leaks back into the atmosphere. Mangroves, on the other hand, grow extensive tangled root networks underwater. When a tree dies, the roots that are buried under the mud and silt decompose, and the carbon starts to seep through to the surface. The regular decomposition time could release all the dead plant's CO2 back into the world within a decade, but mangroves can store carbon for much, much longer. So for carbon to be stored within the mangrove's roots, it cannot just be an intact forest. It has to be a healthy one. Of the miles and
Ya me
miles of
quiero
mangrove
ya.
forests that covered our planet 200 years ago, only about half of
¿Quieres
that
quitar
remains.
todos los árboles
It's up
del
to
mundo,
us
no?
to preserve what we
¿O
have
quieres
and to
poner todos
restore
los
what we have
árboles
lost.
del mundo? Ya, ¿verdad?
The more mangroves we plant, the less dangerous climate change
Pero,
becomes,
¿cómo está
and the
aquí?
more animals will be able to return. When the animals return,
¿Qué piensas
then we'll
así?
start to see that broken down
Ya
villages
te escucho,
revive
que no
as
sé
their
inglés y
inhabitants
me da
return
pereza leer.
to make a living from
Ah,
fishing,
voy.
beekeeping,
Muchas
and
gracias.
other local economies. To make that happen, I'm trusting you with this. This is the state-of-the-art Vegetation Implementation and Growth Stimulation System 2000 trademark. Well, that's what the R&D department likes to call it. But boots on the ground folks like you and me,
Creo que no
we
tiene
just call it the
balas.
seed cannon. It makes planting trees and the like infinitely easier and helps bypass one of the greatest restrictions to plant growth. Time. Come on, I'll show you how it works.
Qué mon. Vale, eso sí que lo sé.
All right, see that patch of dirt? Aim the seed cannon at it and then use it like you would any other item or
Vale, me
tool.
tengo que poner
I've already
ahí
loaded
para
a mangrove seed for you.
algo.
Upon releasing the trigger, the seed will shoot out and the tree will pop up like a meerkat. Give it a whirl. You'll find different types of soil in different regions out there. Different species of mangrove trees will grow depending on the type of soil. Don't worry, the seed cannon will automatically plant the right seeds in the right
Vaya.
places.
Ay, que ya puedo tallar.
Excellent. Good to see you're quick on the uptake. I don't have any more mangrove seeds on me, so you're going to have to gather them yourself. You see those little things hanging from that mangrove you just grew? Those propagules function as seeds. Normally, you would never be allowed to take these. It's against the law to harvest propagules in many parts of the world because of how few of these trees are left. But we have been given special permission. People are trusting us to collect these propagules so that we can plant and grow more of these weird, wonderful mangroves. Just make sure to be careful and respectful. Anyhow, I've got just one more thing to give you before you go running off to start saving the forest. Come with me back to the research station.
Vale, lo que quiere que haga, no tengo ni maldita idea, la verdad. Pero yo voy a hacer otra por
This
aquí.
monitor will let you measure the CO2 levels wherever you are. Just holding it in your hand and glancing at it will give you a rough idea of how much is in the air. If you see that needle pointing all the way to the right, then the area you're in desperately needs mangrove intervention to help clean the atmosphere. As another way to detect greenhouse gases, you can use the item more directly, like a camera, to actually see the clouds of CO2 around you. The darker the clouds, the denser the collection of carbon dioxide. By the time we're done, hopefully you'll only see pale puffs of the stuff left over. With that, you should be good to go. I know that's a lot of information to remember, so I wrote it all down in this book for you in case you forget. I'll be monitoring your progress from here, and you're always welcome to come by and check in. Do your best, and remember that planting these trees and cleaning the air doesn't just protect the world at large, but will also help the people and animals that want to call this place home. See ya.
No, 10 no. 2000. Bueno, no sé qué he puesto ahí, la verdad. No se puede. Trucos, activar trucos. Wow. No, uno no. Esto. ¿Por qué tengo una experiencia, un mapa que no me sirve de nada exactamente? Yo no eres tonto como te decía tú, nadie. ¡Ostras! ¿Puedes romper? ¿Ya puedo romper todo? No me deja, pero me deja romper esto. Como yo tengo que hacer. Pero porque no puedo coger las cosas, chicos. no la puedo tampoco. ¿Me deja pasar? Ya. ¿Qué he hecho? ¡Ay! ¿Por qué me sé si me pongo aquí? Ah. He cogido tierra. ¿Puedo coger tierra? Ya. Vale. Según yo, y lo listo que soy, que os aviso, no soy muy listo. El Yander y Core sí, en cambio. ¿Pero cuál? Pero según yo. Pero ¿cómo es que se han inventado? Se han inventado las vallas estas. Pero espera un momento. Yo soy listo, este bloque es igual a ese. No. Pero si a este de aquí arriba sí que lo podré romper. No, no. ¿Puedo romper a la señora? No creo. Bueno, pues acabamos. Uy. No. Me cago en todo.
Believe it or not, mangroves pull far more carbon dioxide from the atmosphere than most trees on land. In a healthy mangrove forest, the soil could have up to 4 times as much carbon stored in the sediment beneath them than you'd expect to find even in a rainforest. Considering the monumental amount of work that rainforests do for our environment, that is a significant contribution on the mangroves part. See, all plants need carbon dioxide and turn it into new branches and roots. However, whenever a tree dies or part of it, like the leaves fall off, the dead plant never decomposes and the carbon leaks back into the atmosphere. Mangroves, on the other hand, grow extensive tangled root networks underwater. When a tree dies, the roots that are buried under the mud and silt decompose, and the carbon starts to seep through to the surface. The regular decomposition time could release all the dead plant CO2 back into the world within a decade. But mangroves can store carbon for much, much longer. So for carbon to be stored within the mangrove's roots, it cannot just be an intact forest. It has to be a healthy one. Of the miles and miles of mangrove forests that covered our planet 200 years ago, only about half of that remains. It's up to us to preserve what we have and to restore what we have lost.
Tenemos que hacer kayak, señora. No me gusta. En verdad no me gusta. Aunque lo hagan. Pero ¿cómo he llegado hasta aquí? Mira, bueno. Voy a dejar el vídeo por aquí, ya de que pues no es largo. Así que voy a dejar el vídeo por aquí, chicos. Espero que os haya gustado este vídeo. Y no os olvidéis darle a la campanita, un like y suscribiros. Hasta luego.